Oh, I have been so excited about recording this video for the longest while. Today we're talking about negotiation and how to get the best out of an opportunity. And this is obviously good for the individual, the professional, the business owner, everybody, right? All of us need to know how to negotiate well. And I'm excited. I have a bunch of factors, points, let's go. Of course, if you haven't met me before, my name is Krystle McGilvery. I'm the founder of a company called Mind Over Money, a finance and behaviour change company. I'm also a chartered accountant, and I've worked with individuals for 15 years, supporting them to make better financial decisions in their personal and business lives. Now let's go. Let's talk about negotiating. Money talks, but how do we make sure it talks in your favour? There are many nerve-wracking, uncomfortable conversations that we all have to progress our career, build our businesses, and etc. And often I am asked how I get to secure the deals that I do. And the honest answer is, it comes down to the art and science of negotiating. Now here in this video, I'm going to run through a couple of examples that you can use in your business or at work to get the best out of a deal. I also have a free download that I've created for you that puts this video into text format and something you can have at a click of a button, easy access for you to use when you're about to go into those conversations. Let's dive in, and I hope you enjoy. Now, of course, a lot of this relies upon confidence, but we're going to go through a couple of strategies, and I will give you examples of how you can apply them in your current day-to-day life, whether you are employed or whether you are building a business. Let's go. Now, say you're trying to negotiate a deal with a client, and the first number that's thrown into the room is £1,000 by your client. Now, say at the end of the day, you agree a price of £800. What's happened is that £1,000 has become the anchor, and everybody is rather attached to that. So £800 now becomes a deal. And it's a really good technique if you are to be able to own that conversation and you maybe chuck that number in first. Here's an example for your salary negotiations. Before you go into the meeting, get very clear about how much you want to take home. What do you want your salary to be? Have that in the back of your mind. Now, when you go into the negotiation conversation, start with a number higher than what you want. And for many people, this was really uncomfortable. I even had a conversation just yesterday about just this. But start by chucking in a number that is higher than what you actually want. You may be surprised. They may be happy to go ahead with that. But even if they don't and they go slightly below, that will be in line with what you want for the role. Now, this next one is pretty crafty, and it's called the mirroring technique. And it's where you literally mirror somebody else's behaviour, whether that's down to their physical body language or the tone in which they speak. You would actively copy exactly what they're doing. Now, I'm going to put another spin on this ever so slightly. Also pay attention to situations that you may be in and you find and notice others mirroring you. They may be using this technique on you as well. Often in psychology, we mirror other people's behaviour when we like them, when we agree with them, when we want to let them know that we feel like we're on the same team as them. But the same works here in negotiation. Now, this point I really love. The power of silence. This is such a missed, easy opportunity and doesn't require anything other than you holding your tongue. As humans, we love to fill the void. Most of us dislike and really struggle with discomfort. That quiet moment in the conversation. And what people tend to do is try their hardest to fill that void, fill that silence by speaking. So say you are a business owner and you're in the middle of a deal and you're trying to negotiate the price, or you want to offer your price and let them know where you stand. Give that information and pause. And watch them fill that gap. What often will happen is they will fill that gap with more valuable and useful information that will help you with the negotiation. They may share insights about their true drivers, their true motivations and what they want out of the deal, which will give you the tools you need to help mold and manage that deal into something that works for both of you. Try it. Next time you're having a conversation with someone, you're trying to get something that you want out of it, pause. And allow for those moments of awkward silences to be filled by them. As humans, we fear losses so much more than we appreciate and value and like gains. This is a well-known psychological phenomena. There has been so much studies and research and tests and example and science, just to prove and display this fact. Now, what we don't realize in our day-to-day life is how much this shows up. In everything we do, we don't want to lose out. So when it comes to negotiating your salary or a business deal, what you want to do is focus on what they will lose by not doing the thing. So for example, if you are talking to a potential client, you might be saying things like, if you don't do this, you miss out on the opportunity of growing your business by 30%, for example. Or if you're negotiating your salary, you might say, okay, if I don't get this, I am going to be considering leaving and going somewhere else because I know that that's what I'm worth on the market, and letting them know what they'll miss out on by not promoting you to that role or giving you that pay rise to help you stay. You're highlighting what they're going to lose. So the key action here is to reframe that conversation by focusing on what they will lose in that moment or by not doing the thing. Now, for a lot of the people that I work with, this last point here is one of the most uncomfortable, and it does require you to showcase your amazingness. People trust experts. They recognize accomplishments and credibility. Now, this does mean that you have to put forward your achievements, your successes, why you are worthy of being paid whatever it is you're requesting. So the requirement for you is to display those achievements. Let people know that you are credible. Share your accomplishments. Position yourself as somebody who knows what they're talking about so people can trust you. Let people know about the knowledge you have in this specific area. So when you're going into a negotiation deal, start by sprinkling in that conversation the things you have achieved to date. Let people know where you stand when it comes to knowledge and expertise. So the conversation that follows has a foundation of knowing that you are an expert in this area. We have covered several points that will leave you with better negotiation outcomes. I have got a resource that is, of course, for free and acts as a guide to remind you as to what you can do in those conversations when you're trying to negotiate. Now remember, my last point I really want you to hold on to is when it comes to negotiating, it's not about you focusing on getting what you want. You must focus on the outcome being a win-win for both parties. I will do more videos on negotiating because there is so much more to cover, but I hope you found that useful, and until next time, take care.